Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samke, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make scones using sour milk or Inkomanzi or amadila. Okay, so what you will need for the recipe is 4 cups of flour in here, and then you need baking powder, bicarbonate of soda. You're going to need your eggs, 3 of them, then vanilla essence. We're going to need 1 cup of sugar, and definitely Inkomanzi, your sour milk, and just a 1/4 cup of fresh milk. And then we're going to need butter. Yeah, 200 grams of butter. So guys, to start our scones, we're going to quickly add this 1 cup of sugar into this bowl, 1 cup, and then in here we're going to add in our 3 eggs. 3 eggs, that's 1, 2, and the last one, 3. So guys, we're going to whisk this together. Just give it a good stir. Whisk, 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 whisk until it is fine. And so now what we're going to add in here is our Inkomanzi, this sour milk, yeah, and then we're going to give it a good shake. Shake it, yeah, and then add 2 cups of this into this mixture. That's 1, 2, yeah, and then you close it up. Yeah, and then we're going to add just a 1/4 cup of fresh milk. Yeah, that would do. And now we're going to take our vanilla essence, just a teaspoon of vanilla essence. In there, and then you close this up, and then you give it a good stir again. Yeah, see how nicely thick this is. Yeah, stir it up. Yay. Okay, so now that this is done, we come on to our dry ingredients, and we're going to add 4 teaspoons of baking powder. You can use self-raising flour if you don't want the stress of buying this baking powder. You can just use self-raising flour. Okay, now we have our 4 teaspoons of that, and we're going to take bicarbonate of soda, just half a teaspoon inside. There we have it. So now we give this a good stir with our teaspoon first to mix in the baking powder with the flour and the bicarbonate of soda. Yeah. Oops. So don't forget guys, 4 cups of flour. You can use all-purpose flour, but now I'm using cake flour. 4 of those. So guys, what we're going to do now is to take in our butter and slice it up into pieces, smaller pieces, like this. Like that, like that. And then you put it in your flour. And now, with your clean hands, you take your hands and you start rubbing in together the flour and the butter, okay? So you start doing this. Rub it in gently. You can even do this, guys. There is no harm in doing this. Do this until the butter is well incorporated with the flour. Don't leave huge humps, you know, of butter. So you continue doing this until it is fine. So guys, as you can see, this is how it looks like now with the butter incorporated with the flour. So we're going to now add in these wet ingredients onto this one, right? So we add in bit by bit. Don't pour it at once, okay? Just take your spoon or whatever you're going to use and just add this side. Bit by bit to make a fine, okay, not a fine butter, but you see how it's going to look like. See, use your hands again to make this batter. Okay, so guys, after this you're going to cover this up with the plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for 2 hours. Put it in the fridge for 2 hours and then you remove it after 2 hours. Slowly and gently. You don't have to make it look fine. See? Keep on adding. And I like to leave a little bit of the liquid of this mixture so that I use it. I'll show you guys how I'm going to use it before the scones go into the oven. This is what it looks like. This is what the butter looks like. Like I said before, I'm going to leave this for later. So now what you're going to do is to take a plastic wrap and just cover it up, okay? And then put it in the fridge for 2 hours, guys. 2 good hours, okay? And then we'll remove it and start rolling it, and you put it into the oven. So yes, our butter is going into the fridge now. So later, guys, it's after 2 hours now, and it's time for us to remove our butter from the fridge and also preheat our oven at 180 degrees. Okay, so yeah, yes guys, so this is our butter after a good 2 hours. Okay, so we're going to unwrap this. Yeah, that's our butter after 2 hours, guys. Yes, so now the next step is to take just a little bit of flour and just sprinkle it on your clean surface like this. And I'm going to grease my pan with butter. Okay, so yeah, remember to wash your hands before you do this because you're going to be using your hands throughout. Yeah, grease the rest of the pan, of the baking tray. Okay, okay, so that's that. So now what we're going to do is to take our batter and then place it on the flour. See, this is what it looks like. See? Okay. So we're going to be rolling this. Yeah. Take. So this is how you do it. You're going to roll this. Yes, so guys, after you've done this, you're going to take your cutter. Well, I'm using a cup. You can use anything with a circular end like a cup or something. If you can even use like a cookie cutter. I just don't have one right now, but you can still use a cup. It's still the same thing. So what you're gonna do is you're going to be making these circles. See, this is what you'll be making, these circles. Yes, and you take them out and put them on your tray. That's one, that's two, that's three, 1, 4. Okay, then you take this one and that one, combine them together, do the same thing again until you're done. Okay, yes guys. So guys, remember I told you about leaving a little bit of that mixture from the beginning. Guys, we're going to use this mixture to just see like this at the top of the scones of this batter, so that you see the effect when the scones come out of the oven. Remember, we are still preheating our oven at 180 degrees. So what you're going to do is to put this in the oven for 5 minutes at 180 degrees. After 5 minutes, you increase the heat to 200 degrees, right? So you look closely because they can easily burn. So watch out for your scones, guys, while they're in the oven, because the ovens differ. Some of them are faster, some are not. Okay, so just be careful while they're in the oven. So guys, you see how they look now? They're all big and puffed up. Yes, that's how they're supposed to look. But you see the final thing after 10 minutes. So yay guys, I'm happy they actually turned out fine. Yay. Hallelujah. So guys, I am so excited because our scones are done and they came out the way I wanted them to. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my lovely David Ta-da! So guys, this is the final product. This is the final look of the scones. They look so good, guys. Let me show you how they look from the inside. Okay, so watch this, watch this, watch this. See, this is how they look on the inside, in the inside, right? So yes guys, this is our scones and I'm glad that they came out this way. So guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel and thank you so much for watching this recipe. I hope that you guys will try it at home. So don't forget to like, subscribe and share.